of March, and we're going to be looking at the economic calendar, see if there's any spikes to be aware of, and also the strength sheet to see what the watch list is and what I might be looking at today. So let's flick over and we'll get into this, because I like to keep these relatively quick and punchy because they're just early morning. When it comes to the economic calendar this morning, not a great deal through the night. In fact, next to nothing. And as we're going into today, what you got to remember is today is Friday. Friday is never a good day to trade. Oh, great stuff. Got my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes coffee, likes Winky as well. Yeah, Friday is a terrible day to trade. So I want to be in and out of any market that I'm looking at by midday. And then I can just go away and enjoy the weekend. And we are enjoying the weekend. We're having a Scruffy meet this weekend where the guys, we're all getting together, going to have a drink, bring the laptops, have a bit of a session, and happy days. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be on Sunday in the northeast. Now, there's nothing to worry about this morning. Completely technical. But this afternoon, there is a lot of US data. Remember, it comes in an hour earlier. It comes in at 12:30, but it ripples through to 2 o'clock, where there's a high impact event, which is this. It'll spike the market, but it won't do anything nasty to the market. So today, technical day across the board. Look at the strengths. Now, I've already been looking at a couple of products just to see what's going on. Excuse me. And what we'll see is the JP has rattled to the top. And this is why sometimes day trading becomes very difficult, and reading strengths of basic markets can be difficult because they can change. When I look at mine, I look at multiple time frames across 2-day periods. And that way I can get a gauge and an average of how far a market is going to move. And the JP has shifted 35 points, which is significant. It really has moved. And it's rocketed it from pretty much the bottom to the top overnight. And that's represented here. Now you can see the biggest drop is the Aussie, because the Aussie, again, if you were watching that, it had a lot of strength in it on the weakness of the dollar. And it surged up. Now the dollar has pushed through, and the Aussie's going the opposite way. In fact, it lost so much ground, it dropped significantly. And what this does for you, it never tells you direction, because just because JP is sitting on the top doesn't mean to say that that's going to be buying. What it tells you is it's going to move. And that's what we're looking for, the movement. And that's what this all picks out. Now, the Swissy JP is actually a good market to watch. You'll be watching it on an hour's chart, and it has a minimum target of around 12 pips. So if you've got your ducks in a row, you can get a decent trade out of this. Now, at the moment, what's happening, I mean, it's coming on for 8 o'clock now, and I did this a few minutes ago. The low time frames is buying, but the general consensus of this is sell. But when it's at a C grade, it's kind of risky. It can go either way. And you've got to be a bit careful, so you target conservatively. And then likewise up here with the FTSE, which is I trade every day now for a small account. It's doing okay. It's ticking along. The low time frames could have been anything, but the general bias was to the upper side. But again, it was a C. But because there was a deep trend, doesn't know what it's up to. The low trend is all over the place. It's mega risky, so you just leave it alone. I'll just watch that and monitor it for a couple of hours, and then when it's right, it's time to go. Kind of show you what I mean. Find the chart. There is the main direction buy, but if you scroll this out and you start having a look, it's actually on a short. It's shorting. Or it has been shorting. It's gone into consolidation. That could just be a pullback, flushing out all of the shorts here. So it's a form of flush out. And it'll find these levels, which it has. It's stalling bang on them. And then roll back over to come further down, retracing against this move. at this moment in time, it's hard to say which way it's going to go, because if that's not a flush out and it's a continuation of the move, well, then it's going to find its way eventually up to here. So it's too difficult to call. No trade, leave it alone. If I come down into Swissy JPY, we have a look at this bad boy, just again, so we can see what's going on. Look at the daily perspective. It's a similar sort of situation. You've got a big move here. It's gone into consolidation, which is here. It's sold off, and now it's pushing back on itself. Now it's pushing back on itself. Well, we'll have to see what's going on, and that's where this comes into place. Deeper trend is sell, the dominant is sell, but the lower time frames is buying. Right, well, there's selling, just as we can see. If you look out into the weekly, again, you can start to see the rollover coming in. Take it down into the hour, and you can see the charts moving down, and now the low time frames is buying up. So common sense, how do I work this out until I figure out what's going on? I know that 80% of the time, 50% will get hit, and it'll be a reaction point. There's your 50% right there. Boom. Stalled on it a number of times, and now I just need to see what will happen here to see if it's going to come back. Well, if it does, just by basic chart reading, I can create some arenas. And there's the arenas. So I've now got areas of the chart very quickly I can work with. And if I adjust this sort of every hour or so, I'll start seeing what's happening. Now the low time frames is telling me to buy this, but the main direction is to sell it. Right, okay, so if I shift that out the way, what are we looking to do? We're mainly looking to sell this thing. So if that's the case, where do I find the trades? Well, zoom, zoom, zoom. I can start selling this range, sell it all the way up to here, to then come back against this, and I'll find my money. So it's not overly difficult, you know, and that's all I would do. You would just sell in the face of this buy, because that's the major direction. But would you do it right now? No, I would just wait till the lower time frames start catching up or showing signs that they've run out of steam. We're running in the open as it is at the moment, and if you're in the open, there's always a surge, and it often goes the wrong way before it goes the right way. So this could just be flushing everything out and then work its way down. Hope that helps. Catch you all soon.